Hi guys, so little kettlebell session for you to try out. Obviously, I know we've not done a kettlebell session online this week, so I thought I'd post this up for guys who enjoyed those kind of sessions and want to get one in during the week. So it's just going to be a kind of interval type session, this one. We'll work through it, obviously work along with it. I'll explain the exercises as we go. But we'll always start with a warm-up and just mobility warm-up with each session, focusing on just getting the body moving more than anything. So we're just going to stand tall to start with. I'm just simply going to circle the wrists, nice and easy to begin with, just making sure we're getting those nice big circles right around, focusing on just getting the wrists moving, and that should be our kind of main priority with any mobility drills. Don't worry about the speed you're doing it, just make sure we get that movement in there. So we're just going to go now the opposite way. Again, these little circles, nice and easy, taking it round. Again, just focusing on getting that rotation, getting that movement into the joints. And now steady. From there now, we're going to go to bicep curls. Again, focusing on nice big movement. So we're bringing the arm all the way up. We're fully flexing the arm, so we're bringing the hand right the way up, using the biceps to bring the arm up to the shoulder, and then we use the triceps to extend the arm back down as well. And steady there. From there now, hands by the side of the body. We're just going to roll the shoulders. Nice and simple with mobility, guys. If you're training yourself and you're just looking to kind of mobilize the body, just simply go through the joints and just focus on getting those joints moving. If you're moving the joints, chances are you're going to be moving and warming up the majority of the muscles. Then go the opposite way. Again, nice big circles right around. Again, really exaggerating the movement, strong up nice and high. And steady there. From there now, hands by the side of the body, we're going to rotate the arms forward. Nice big circles. Again, focus on just getting as much movement into the shoulders as you can, guys. Shoulders is kind of one of those areas that a lot of us will have impingements or mobility issues with. So just going through as big a range as you can. And then go the opposite way. Get nice big circles right around. Looping through big range of motion. And steady there. Now we're going to go across the body, overlapping, one arm high and one arm low. Again, when you're mobilizing, if you're doing this yourself, if you're doing mobility yourself, focus on different planes of movement as well. So don't just purely focus on moving arms and legs forwards and backwards. Body, especially your shoulders and your hips, should be able to travel multi-directional. So warm up multi-directional as well. Steady there now. Now we're going to plant the feet, we're going to circle the hips, one way to start with. Start off with small circles, and then as you're circling, you want to kind of gradually increase, adding a hip hinge into that as well as you can, so we start to get the hamstrings moving and working. And then from there, we're going to go now the opposite way. Again, start small, so come back to small, little circles to start with. And then again, we're going to gradually increase the circles. And again, everything should always be progressive as well. So if you're training yourself or you're warming up yourself, just always make it progressive. Never go straight into your big full range movement. That's when your potential is to injure yourself if you're doing that. And steady there. Now we're going to just plant the feet, left foot on the floor. We're just going to kick with the right leg. Again, start off with small kicks, little kicks. And again, getting that movement. So at the back, we want to get the heel coming up towards the bump. We're just going to progress. Again, so eventually, we're going to be coming up to a nice big full range movement, kicking all the way up to the front. And steady there. Pop the right foot down to the floor now. We're just going to kick with the left leg this time. Again, little small kicks to begin with. And again, progress it. So make it progressive again. And just increase bigger kicks right the way up to the front. And steady there. From there, we're going to move down the body slightly now. So just adjust the speed there for you. Now, knees together. And all we're going to do is we're just going to circle the knees. With this one, try to keep the feet on the floor. We're just going to get those circles through the knees. Nice little loose movements right the way around, right the way through. And then going the opposite way. Again, try to keep our hips pointing forward as best we can and getting that movement coming from the knees. And steady there. Going right down to the bottom now, down to the ankles, and we're just going to circle one leg or one ankle one way and then the other way. Again, with this, just doing it as best we can. Again, it's kind of a movement that a lot of people struggle with because it's not something we do usually often. We kind of just walk about and just let our ankles do what they do. Then go the opposite way, again, with the opposite leg, sorry, little circles. And again, just as best you can. Again, as I said, it's kind of a bit of an alien movement for a lot of us. And then go the opposite way. and steady there, steady there. We're now going to go into a little bit of dynamic stretching, so just some of the movements that we're going to do in the session. We're going to start off with our squat pattern first of all, so feet shoulder width apart. Just going to squat down slowly, go down into that squat position, elbows to the inside of the knees, and when we're in this position, we're just going to wiggle nice and easy, nice and gentle, and just literally wiggling side to side, keeping the feet flat to the floor, keeping that little bit of pressure on the inside of the knees, and focusing on getting mobility, just getting the hips moving, just getting them moving. We want to kind of move a little bit in and out from our kind of range of movement that we're going to do when we do our squats. That way our squats aren't any problems with this because we're not kind of deviating from that pattern. And steady there. From there now, we're going to go into a lunge pattern. So we're going to step forward, drop our hips down into that lunge, guys. Keep the shoulders back, the chest down. Squeeze the bum so that we're not in this position. We want to be upright, so we want to engage our glutes. So we're going to do that stretch through the hip flexors. We're just going to hold it there just for a couple of seconds. 3, 2, 1. Steady there. We're just going to swap over now. So again, taking wide stance first of all. And then again, drop ourselves into that low lunge position. Again, same detail, squeezing the bum. So we're upright. We want to make sure that we're not forward, we're not hunched over forward. If we're there, but our glutes aren't really working, we want to get ourselves upright. So we want to get that hip nice and tight. Feeling the extension through the hip flexors, shoulders back, and chest down. Just going to hold there just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Steady there. From there, we're going to bring ourselves up onto our feet once again, now standing tall. Now we're just going to take hold of our kettlebell or our dumbbell. Ideally, if you've got a kettlebell, that's kind of best in case. We're just going to warm up just with a bit of weight through the body, through the arms now. So what we're going to do is we're going to what's called a slingshot. So what we're doing is taking our kettlebell and we're just literally just going to pass it around the body. What we're looking to do as we're passing it around the body is just core activation. So what we're not looking to be doing or what we don't want to be happening is as we are passing it around the body, our body's moving. We want to have our body nice and tall, locked in position. We're strong through the core, getting our abs working, and as that weight is traveling around the body, we're locked in position, nice and tall. Just going to go the opposite way now. Same detail, nice and easy again, just traveling the weight around the body, core nice and tight. Again, abs locked in. And steady there. From there now we're going to take hold of our weight. Again, just with both hands this time. So you want to now hold on to what's called the horns of the kettlebell. So these bits at the side are the horns. The top of the kettlebell is called the handle, and this bottom section is the body. We're just going to hold on to the horns of the kettlebell. Again, feet shoulder width apart. We're just going to sink once again into a squat. This time we want to hold the weight just out in front of the body. If we can, we're just going to hold that position. Again, if we want to with this one, we can sink nice and low. We can get the elbows on the inside of the knees. By having that weight out in front of us, it gives us that little bit of sort of counterbalance so that we can really kind of sit up into that squat position. We can get the hips coming forward. So the hips now are driven forward in between the legs. We keep our shoulders back, our chest down. So we're really kind of sitting into that squat position. We're not bent forward, hunched forward. We're just sitting into that squat position. Again, we're just going to hold that there. Just for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And steady there. From there, we're going to bring ourselves back up to our feet. And then from there, we're just going to warm up through the arms and shoulders. Now we're going to work what's called a hang clean. So what we're doing is we're going to take hold of our kettlebell just in front of the body. When we go for our clean, get it onto the shoulder. The best option is to rotate the weight away from the body. So from here, all we're going to do is a small swing of the hips, up to the shoulder, back down, up to the shoulder, back down. Just really nice and easy. Little bend of the knees, little pop of the hips. So we're doing a kind of a mini swing. And we're just going to do another couple of these on this side. Steady there. Just take hold of your kettlebell on the opposite side now. And again, just a little bend of the knees. Go up. Again, we want to be rotating away from the body. So from here, we rotate away from the body up to the shoulder, back down. Rotate away from the body up to the shoulder. Again, it's just a small bend of the knees, just to whip it up, just to get that little push to the legs, just to generate the momentum. Again, just another couple. And steady there, steady there. So what we're going to do now, guys, we're going to go into our kind of main body of the session. So it's just going to be a nice little quick, short, sharp session. We're going to work intervals of 20 seconds rest with 40 seconds effort. And we're just going to work to a timer, so I'll set the timer up and then we'll work along. I'll work along with this one with you. So our first exercise we're going to be working is a squat. We're going to start that in 20 seconds. And all we're looking to do with the squat, guys, is we're going to take our kettlebell nice and tight up into the chest. Ideally, if you've got a weight you can hold on one side, go for that. If you need to, you can take hold of the horns and hold it in the middle. The main thing is to keep hold nice and tight into the body, shoulders back, chest proud, nice steady pace on our reps, okay? So, in we go, we're going to work for 40 seconds. All the way down, back up, all the way down, back up. Nice, steady pace to reps, nice and controlled. Each time we're trying to get that depth of the squat. I'm just going to turn the volume up on that just so I can hear the deeper. Nice and steady all the way down. Working away for 40 seconds. We're not looking to bang out loads and loads and loads of reps, guys. Our focus should be on form. If we've got heavy weight, then we're not going to be banging out loads and loads of reps because we're not going to be able to. We're just going to wrap it in the 40 seconds. We've got to keep going, keep working through. Last 3, 2, steady there, steady there. So now 20 seconds breather, guys. We're going to keep the weight on the same side of the body and we're going to take it up into the rack. Our next exercise is going to be an overhead press. So we're just going to press from here straight overhead. We're going to start in 5 seconds, guys. Core nice and tight, abs engaged, and we're going to press straight to the sky. And there we go. So straight up, back down. We brace our core when we do this, guys. So if you struggle to kind of, is my core braced, is my core not braced, what I'll generally do is just put my hand on my tummy. If it feels firm, it's a good indicator that I'm bracing it. If it feels loose, then I'm probably not squeezing my abs. What I'm looking to avoid is when I press to the sky, I don't want to lean back into that kind of position. I want to keep our core nice and tight, press straight overhead, and then back into the shoulder, back into the rack each time. Again with this, if the weight you have, you can't press overhead with a single arm, take hold of it in the middle, all right? So again, steady there, guys. That's us taking our rate. Our next exercise, again, we start in 15 seconds now, is going to be a swing. You can do 2-arm swing. So we're going to hinge at the hips up to the front, or if the weight's light for you, you can keep it on that same side. We're going to do a single arm swing again for our 40 seconds, okay? And here we go. Main thing when we swing, it's a hinge at the hips, slight bend of the knee, not a big bend of the knee. Notice my hips aren't going up and down very much. I'm hinging forwards. When I come forwards, squeeze your bum. Really squeeze the glutes, engage the glutes, squeeze the bum. And at the top of the exercise, again, we're working that full 40 seconds. Nice steady pace. 10 more seconds to go, guys. Last 5, keep it up. 3, 2, steady there, steady there. Our next exercise we're going to go to, guys, is a row, a bent over row. So with a row, what we're looking to do is adopt a lunge position. We take hold of our weight, back straight. We want to have our back pointing up towards the sky, and from there we pull the weight up and go back down. And here we go. 40 seconds. Nice steady pace, guys. We're rolling the weight up, back down. You should be feeling this in the back. If you're feeling it in the shoulder, you're probably stood up a little bit too high and doing this kind of thing. You want to be hinging forward and getting that pull. We're working through the back. It's just a nice steady pace. Working away, under control, working our reps, digging in. Again, working for 40 seconds. Each time we work for 40, we rest for 20. Good, steady there, steady there. That's our rest again, guys. So again, we're into 20 seconds. And then our last exercise is a lunge. With a lunge, all we're doing is, again, taking our weight up tight into the body. We're going to step with a leg that is below the weight. So if we're going on our right side, we're going to step with the right leg. We're going to do that for the full 40. And here we go. Stepping it, back in, same leg. I've got the weight now on my right hand side. So I'm purely stepping with my right leg. Again, my core nice and tight, shoulders back, chest crowd. Don't let the weight pull you forward. The weight shouldn't be in charge of you. It should obviously be you in charge of the weight. It's just a nice steady pace, stepping forward, working in, working away through the reps. Digging in, working hard, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, steady there, steady there. So now guys, 20-second rest, and all we're going to do is we're going to flip over onto the opposite side of the body. Again, with the squats, the lunges, and the overhead press, if you're weight, you need to take 2 hands on it. You can take 2 hands on it, work to your ability, guys. Squats to start, and in we go. Nice and low. All the way down, big push. Working hard. Nice steady pace, guys. Remember, strength-based exercises. We're not looking to bang them out at Mach 10. We're looking to get good form, big deep squat, driving our knees out, not letting our knees collapse in, fall in at the bottom of the exercise. When we stand up, squeeze the bum, squeeze the glutes at the top of the exercise, as well as squeezing the glutes. We want to be squeezing the quadriceps, the front of the legs, and steady there, steady there. Again, 20-second rest. Next up, we go again back to our overhead press. And again, we can do that either single arm or double arm, but it's controlled. Squeeze the abs, abs tight all the time. For 5 more seconds, guys, then we go again. Starting 3, 2, and 1, and we go. Big push overhead, back in, big push overhead, back in. Nice, steady, controlled pace, guys. And again, we just want to work continuously for the 40 seconds, aiming to get reps in continuously for the 40 seconds. It's a nice, steady, controlled pace, guys. We're not looking to snatch reps out. We're looking to contain the exercise, get the shoulders working, the muscles working, driving overhead each time, big push, all the way up to the full range movement. And steady there, steady there. Again, little 20-second breather, and next up we go again to our swings. Again, remembering with the swings, it's this hip hinge movement. It's this kind of movement you want to be getting up, squeeze the bum, up, squeeze the bum. Starting in 5, again, you can do single arm or double arm, and in we go. Again, hip hinge, shoulders back, back straight. I'm not letting my back come forward. I'm not letting my back arch. Keeping my core tight, hinging at the hips, and I'm feeling the hamstrings. You should feel your hamstrings working, guys. You're not feeling your hamstrings, you're probably doing this kind of thing, bending your knees. You want to hip hinge. You want to feel the backs of the thigh. Again, working away. That's 3, 2, and steady there, guys, steady there. Next up, we're going to a bent over row. Again, to get to a bent over row, lunge position, hinge forward again, back straight, and then we pull up with the elbow. Again, we are on the elbow, rest it on the knee. 2, 1, and we go. Again, pull that way up, back down. Nice and steady, and controlled, guys. Working away, working through these reps. And again, we're just purely focusing in this little circuit, guys, on big compound movements, different areas of the body. We're focusing on kind of big muscle groups, quads, hamstrings, glutes, back, shoulder. You can do a number of different moves with a kettlebell. We're just focusing on kind of the bigger movements, and we're mixing them about. That's the main thing, guys. Again, if you're going to train yourself, do a mixture of movements. So we've got a squat pattern in here, we've got a hinge pattern in here, we've got a pull, we've got a push. Make sure we get those movements in. Next up, guys, is our lunges, and here we go. So last exercise again, working through. Again, shoulders back, chest proud. And again, we're just working through, as I was kind of saying there, guys, If you're setting up a workout yourself, if you're thinking about doing a workout yourself, think about different movement patterns. Your body should be able to squat, it should be able to lunge, it should be able to hinge, you should be able to push, you should be able to pull, and you should be able to rotate. You should be able to rotate as well. And then the other thing you should be able to do is locomote or run about. And steady there, guys, steady there. So that's one round through, guys. We're just going to do that circuit a second time. So exactly the same. We're going to go back to our original side, and we're going to work through our squats first of all. Again, starting in 3, 2, 1, and we go. So same movements, guys. Again, we keep this one nice and simple. Just focusing on those big movement patterns with the weights. Again, depending on your ability, guys, if you've got a light weight and you're finding this quite easy, what I would suggest is maybe rather than taking 20 seconds rest on this round, go for 20 seconds high knees, or 20 seconds jumping jacks, or 20 seconds burpees. If you want to make it proper ninja, rather than resting, you can do some body weight exercise in between, but I would take the weight off in between and focus on something body. Steady there, guys, steady there. Again, 20 seconds in between, overhead press next up. Ideally, however, you're going to have a decent weight, so you're going to need that 20 seconds recovery, making sure you're getting the breath in, big deep breaths. Start again, 3 seconds, overhead press. Here we go. Again, overhead, back into the shoulder. Again, remember, core tight. What we don't want to do, or we shouldn't be doing, is lean in. You can see I'm no longer straight. I'm hunched over, so my core's not in alignment, I'm not strong here. I want to be nice and straight, pushing over, head, big drive, back into the chest each time, core tight. If we really start to struggle, we can use the legs a little bit to help us. Little push press, just to squeeze in those last few reps. But ideally we want to be stripped if we can, and just working those movements with the shoulder. Okay, steady there. Next up, our hinges, again, our swings, making sure arm comes back, forward. Don't worry too much about the arm, guys. A lot of times people are like this when they're doing a swing, stiff arm. Just let it come forward. Your arm is just literally controlling the kettlebell. And here we go. Again, don't worry about bringing your arm all the way up. Quite often when you see people doing swings, they're too focused on this kind of thing, and they forget about the actual hinge. A swing is primarily an exercise for the posterior chain. The posterior chain is your lower back, your glutes, and your hamstrings. That's where we want to get that hinge movement, that hinge pattern, so that we're hitting those muscles at the back of the body. Those erector muscles, the muscles that stand us up straight. Last 5, 3, 2, steady there, guys, steady there. Again, next up, we're going to our rows. Again, into that lunge pattern, that low lunge position to get into our rows. If you're in the house, guys, as well, if you struggle to hold the low lunge position, you've got a bench, something like that, you can use the bench to lean on. Work on what you've got in the house if you're in the house. So rows, we start the guys in. There we go. Again, we're getting that row, that pull pattern, just working away, digging in. And again, as I was saying, if you are in the house, if you've got a bench, something like that, use the bench just to get that position. If it's more comfortable for you, the main thing is we've got that back and up towards the ceiling. Try to minimise movement of the body. The only thing that wants to move is that pulling arm, yanking it up. You don't need to have a bench, you can use kind of the corner of the sofa, that kind of thing, or even a chair to work away. Steady there. The less movement you can get in the rest of the body when you're doing that exercise, the better, because you're going to focus and you're going to work the back a lot more. Last exercise again on this side is a lunge. Again, taking hold on the one side if we can. Again, whichever side the kettlebell is on, remember, that's the leg we step with. Then we go. Again, all the way down, back up, all the way down, back up. Nice steady pace, guys. Nice and controlled. We're just working our way through this little circuit, guys. This is a nice little quick circuit we're going to do today. guys, so it's just a little 20-minute circuit. Obviously, we've got a warm up either end, or it's a warm up and a cool down. But the actual circuit itself is only 20 minutes. So it's one that you can do whenever. You know, you can do this a couple of times a week if you wanted to. Just throw it in addition to your training that you're doing. It's not a huge workout that's going to take a lot of time. Steady there. But again, it's trying to focus on getting as much of the body working as we can. So we're using the quads, we're using the hamstrings, we're using the glutes, we're using the back, we're using the shoulder, we're using the core. Everything's working away. The only thing we're maybe missing is a chest press, something like that. Add that in, press ups, again, we're going to get that in there as well. So squats again, guys. Opposite side, it's our last round. And we go, 40 seconds. Nice steady pace. Again, we just keep pushing through, working away. Again, steady pace. So let's get those movements. Let's get that depth through the squat. Use the weight. Weight's on the front of the body. So you can use it to counterbalance. You probably find it easier to sit into a squat when you've got weight on the front, because your body naturally kind of holds itself up, whereas if you don't have that weight, that's when you kind of start doing that lean forward. But you'll find if you do that with weight on the front, your body's going to carry on forward. Nice and steady. And there we go. 20 seconds, guys. There we go, overhead press. Again, remembering, core tight, abs engaged. In between the rest periods, just breathe, get the breath in, that's what your body needs. Oxygen into the muscles, ready to go again. Again, next up, overhead press. Starting 2, 1, and we go. Up we go, and then from there, overhead. Back to the shoulder, overhead, back to the shoulder. Nice, steady, controlled pace, guys. And again, with this circuit, keeping all these movements relatively sort of simplistic. There's nothing mega fancy in there. There's nothing that you're really going to probably struggle with. There's no sort of cleans or snatches or ground overheads, anything too complex. Again, this is a circuit that you can work depending on your ability, your level. You're a beginner, kettlebell training, give you a circuit to try out. Steady there, steady there. Again, if you're more advanced in kettlebell training, and this circuit's going to work you hard if you just add some weight into it, and work a good sort of strength session. Swings next. So again, we go back to our hinges. Start on 5. 3, 2, 1. Back in we go. Again, making sure you're getting that hip hinge. Each time, hinge it forward, shoulders back, back straight. Again, remember, we want to have minimal bend of the knees, a little bend, but it wants to be minimal. If we're really bending our knees, squatting down essentially, we're not going to get those hamstrings. We want to be getting the hamstrings when we hinge and the glutes when we stand up and squeeze the bum. Okay, shoulders back, back straight. Keep it going, last 5. And steady there, steady there. Again, rows next up, guys. We're nearly there. Got another 2 exercises. Rows and lunges, and then we're finished. Again, still got 10 seconds. Recovery, use the time. Big deep breaths. Next up is our rows. We're going 5 seconds. Again, remember, step forward, hinge, rest the elbow. And we go. Again, big pull. Again, we're keeping the back straight. Try not to rotate when we do this one, guys. Again, if you start to get tired, what you sometimes end up doing is as you pull up, you rotate, you're going to miss getting those back muscles working. Get it pulled up to the side, shoulders back, chest proud. And again, getting that pull. Again, draw that elbow up the side of the body, lower it down. Last 5. 2, 1. Steady there, guys, steady there. One more exercise now. So again, finishing off with our lunges. Again, weight up onto the shoulder, onto the rack, big step forward. Again, just keep it working through. The final 5 seconds now, guys. 2, 1, into the rack, step with the left leg. Pull down, back in. Pull down, back in. Nice steady pace. Working away 30 more seconds. Then each time step it out. Put your knee down to the ground, back in. Nice steady pace, working through, 20 more seconds, big stride out. Last 15. Keep it going. 10 seconds. Working through, working through. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Steady there, guys, steady there. Pop your kick down, guys. Again, taking a wee bit of time, catch your breath. And then all we're going to do is just going to finish off, a little stretch off, a little loosen off, a little cool down. Obviously that session, guys, as I said, just a quick little 20-minute kettlebell session you can do. You need minimal space to do it, guys, as you'll always have seen. Again, this one you can do a couple of times a week. We're going to cause you any bother doing that a couple of times a week. So finishing off with a little cool down, nice and simple. Same with the cool down as we did with the warm up, just focusing on movement. So this time we're going to pin our elbows at the side of the body. We're just going to rotate through the arms, keeping the elbows pinned at the side of the body, and just nice and steady. We're getting the movement in, but at the same time, we want to be focusing on breathing. Big deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth, get the air into the body. And from there, we're just going to go the opposite way, guys. Yeah, just those nice big circles, nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Steady there. Now we're going to roll the shoulders again. Just nice big circles, shrugging up, rolling through. Again, just nice, fluid movements. Focusing as before, we're just getting the body moving, guys. That should be our kind of main driver here, main goal here. Then go the opposite way, guys. Again, nice big circles, shrugging right the way down, all the way up towards the earlobes, rolling it through. And steady there. Now, popping one hand on the front of the body, one hand on the rear of the body. We're just going to take the arms around the body now. As we're taking the arms around the body, let the core get involved in this one. So we want to let the core rotate as well. We want to get that rotation through the body, through the thoracic, through the spine, and that mobilization down there. Just nice, steady, controlled pace. And steady there. Hands now by the side of the body. We're going to go just to side bends now. So we're just reaching left to right. And again, just really nice and steady. We're now cooling down, so we're making sure we've got that mentality in our head that we're cooling down, we're relaxing, we're getting the body back down to kind of its resting position. So we should be breathing a bit easier now, letting that heart rate come down. And relax there, guys. We're going to go down again to the hips now. So what we're doing, nice and simple to start with, it's just little circles once again. Right the way around, nice and easy, circling one way. And then circling just the other way. Yeah, nice, gentle circles right the way around. Nice and simple. Looping around, working around. And steady there. Now we're going to stand tall, keep the left leg on the floor. We're just going to move the hip again. So we're just going to step out and then step in with that same leg. It's nice and easy. Step out, step in. We're just going to do 5 on each side. Then step out, step in, 2 more. Out, in, 1 more, out, and in. Once we've done that side, we're just going to go the opposite side again, some detail, stepping out, stepping in, stepping out, stepping in, good. 3, 2 more, 4, and then 1 more, stepping out, stepping in. From there now, standing tall, again, that slight bend of the knees, we're just going to hinge forward, leaning forward, just letting our body weight hang down, just letting gravity do the work for this one. And again, try and keep the back straight, shoulders back. We're just going to hang forward. Just feeling that stretch in the back of the legs. Again, just really just letting the body weight hang down on this one. Holding there, just for a final 5. And steady there, we're going to stand ourselves back up. As we stand ourselves back up, guys, all we get to do is finish off just with a little shake of the arms, a little shake of the legs, and relax there. Again, guys, as I said, quick little session that you can do. 20 minutes is all it takes. So you do a wee warm up first. I'll always make sure you do a wee warm up first. And it's one you can fit in. You can slot it in after a run or before a run, that kind of thing. So you can build up training with it as well. Work with a weight that's comfortable for you guys. Don't go with a massive weight straight off. Start off relaxed, and then you can maybe try it, progress in the week each time and see how you get on. Okay, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the session. Again, get amongst it, get it done, and let us know if you enjoyed it.